Okay, I think.
We are
I lost my
live.
coconut juice. Oh my gosh, first world problems when you lose your coconut juice. Hey guys,
Hello.
how are you all doing? I hope you are well. Yes, it's. Oh my gosh, do you know we're at Tangent Show 19
Oh my
already?
gosh, we've done 19 weeks of this.
How crazy is that? I know. Wait, sorry, I was just fiddling with my thing there. Make sure we've got all our settings right.
Set up.
Okay, I think we're good.
Awesome.
Yay! So how are you guys doing? Another Friday night Tangent Show. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Isaac.
And we are bringing you all the news, ideas, and niches. Whoa, I've got volume there. I might have been making a weird All right, so we're hoping to do a quick show this week because we've got an improv show to go and do.
Yes,
Whoa,
we do.
That's
so
fun.
After this show, we have another show.
Whoa, but that's with like real, like in the real
a
world.
live audience.
Crazy.
Well, at least it's a live audience.
Hopefully there's a live audience.
Yeah.
So
two of you.
Shall we jump in and just start talking about our week and things? So we went to Vidcon at the weekend.
Yes.
So if you're wondering what our background is there, that's the cool slide at VidCon. I didn't go down it.
No, Sid and his friend did.
I value my butt.
Yeah, it was also really, really hot.
It was really
hot, really hot.
But it was fun though. It was in Anaheim, and so VidCon is the YouTube conference, which is pretty neat. It's the official VidCon. Sorry, I'm leaning around. It's the official VidCon conference. There we go. A YouTube conference. It's called VidCon. This was the 10th year they've done it. I really want to go back next year. So this year, I guess we're mostly going for fun. We took our 10-year-old son and his best friend, which was hilarious because they just knew everyone and were like, whoa, look at that.
Yeah, he begged us. He really wanted to go. He wanted to see some of his favorite YouTubers. And we went, and sure enough, there was a lot of information that was actually interesting for us as content creators. So it was quite the eye-opening.
It really was. And we were really looking at it and we're like, oh my gosh, we need to come back next year. And we need to like do the full industry track and learn So guys, if you're looking to do YouTube marketing, they have a ton of classes, all kinds of things. So just maybe keep it in mind for next year's calendar. Maybe we'll do a big, like we'll all go to VidCon.
Hey,
So talking, and we've got next week, we've got ASD. So next weekend we're
another conference.
ASD,
yes.
So, but we're actually talking at that one, so that's always fun. I hope we see some of you. So this isn't this weekend, but next weekend we're going to ASD. We'll be talking on Sunday and Monday. On Sunday, we're talking about building an audience using Facebook, YouTube, whatever other social media platforms. We've got some secret ones, maybe, that we'll talk about. And then on the Monday, we're going to be talking about publishing books and business, how you can bundle your books for business, how you can create books that kind of go a little bit beyond just regular journals, things like that. So I think we've got two really interesting talks at ASD. That's coming up next weekend. So not this weekend, next weekend. So hopefully we'll see some of you there. Let's come back to VidCon in a moment because I want to talk about your huge update you made to Tangent Templates this week.
So if you haven't seen it already, I added a new feature to Tangent Templates, and
let me just share across to the right screen. There we go.
Share.
Okay, there it is.
So we've updated our builder tool, and now you can upload your own PDFs and mix and match your own PDFs with Tangent Templates.
This is crazy. So this means you can add your own pages, interiors to Tangent Templates. Oops, there we go. I'm just gonna. It would help if I knew how to use our own tool. So there we go. You can add. This is a PDF I made earlier.
Yes.
But I can go in and use the Tangent Templates, the standard interiors, and I can add my own PDFs to this.
Yes, and people have been using this thing like crazy, and so it's open.
I know we've had so much feedback. You guys are just like there was one lady, I think within that half an hour of announcing it, she was like, great, I've made a book and uploaded it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, before we even had the chance to release our video explaining how to use the tool.
Well, I want to thank everyone because Tangent Templates has been totally built on your requests.
Oh, absolutely.
So we started out in 2015, I think, in the Curate course.
Yes.
And we gave members of our course some basic interiors for composition books.
Right, because we've been publishing books on, we started with CreateSpace since about 2015.
Right, so we would make, and in fact, that was back when CreateSpace was the main platform.
Right.
So we put out these interiors back in 2015, and people were like, can you guys make some more of those cool interiors? Hey, you got any more of those interiors?
Right. Hey. So people kept asking, and then we.
So the system has just grown from there. You guys said, can you do us like the listing helper to help us copy and paste in our listing information? Can you make the categories easier to use? Yeah. Can you make the pricing easier to understand? And so I want to thank you, because this was all built off your suggestions, your requests. And we're really excited to be able to do that for you. And we're really glad that you're using these features, enjoying them, and hopefully it's making your books a little bit easier. Yes. So thank you, Isaac.
Hey.
Yay.
So if you haven't seen it, we have a video we uploaded. It's about a 20-minute video that goes in more depth using the tool. I highly recommend, if you have tangent templates, take the time to look at it, and you can see how to use this new feature.
So yeah, it just makes it super quick, easy to mix your own templates with ours and create your own book. Cool. So let's move on, because as I say, we want to try and get the show moving quick this week. Oh, hey, Isaac, I trolled you. This, I really trolled you this. Wait, hold on. Where's my share button?
They need to see it.
They need to.
You got to give them a backstory so people understand.
Okay, so and bear with us, because this does become relevant to you, maybe. So Isaac and I tend to listen to Sirius Radio in the car quite often, and we listen to Alt Nation, First Wave,
Sirius XM. Oh no, it's what was it called?
I don't know. There's a lot of stations.
Alt Nation. I forgot what the other one is.
But all that matters is there's a lady called Madison.
Yes.
Who is on all of those stations, and she sings a lot. And people, there's literally a petition out there of like, can we get rid of Madison? That had 3,000 signatures.
So I have an issue. We pay for Sirius, and the great thing about Siri is that you pay for it and you don't get ads, so you don't have to worry about all the commercials, right? However, you do get DJs trying to make it feel like a typical radio show, and Madison loves to sing.
I think she's amazing. I love her. I'm a big fan.
I'm waiting. She play the song. Great. I want to hear it. And instead I have to listen to her ramble for 5 minutes.
And sing.
But
I am a huge fan of Madison. Anyway, so I became aware that there is a website called Cameo. And guess what you can do on Cameo? You can connect with people like Madison from Sirius. And the great thing is these people will make videos for you. So I'm not going to play it just because my YouTube gets kind of weird when I'm broadcasting and playing things at the same time. But there she is. And that was Madison from Sirius Radio. And for a great price of $20, she made a personalized message for Isaac and sang him a song, which was a lovely, kind thing to wake up to in the morning.
Waking up Sunday morning to get trolled by your wife.
It was genius. You're very welcome.
Yes, so Madison, she called me by name and said I'm amazeballs, and her beautiful singing, fabulous voice that she has.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good moment. But I wanted to share this with you guys because Cameo is actually really, really neat. So, I mean, I found sort of Madison, but actually, whoops, if I could type, that would help. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm show your orders.
No, that's okay. It's okay. There we go. So there we go. You can actually browse through Cameo and find famous people who will make
Ice-T?
Like Ice-T. Well, he's kind of expensive. I think he's like $500 or something.
But it's Ice-T.
Right. And this is the really cool thing. There are people who are kind of niche influencers, I would say, like YouTubers, like kind of celebrities in small niches.
Yeah. That
will make videos. Which Charlie Sheen, though.
Oh my gosh!
Like Charlie Sheen, how pretty epic would that be if you got Charlie Sheen to do a personalized message from
Charlie Sheen.
But think about this, guys. If you're making your books, for example, or you're making products, or you're doing some marketing, this is how you can get a celebrity on board. Like who did the Fire Festival have? They had like Busta Rhymes or something. No, who did they have? I can't remember who they had.
No, they had Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, yeah. That was it. So like if Fire Festival can have Ja Rule or not, then maybe you could have Charlie Sheen to promote your book.
Right.
Now, some of them won't do commercial shout outs.
Yeah.
So some of them say no, like they've got the guy who plays Arthur in Red Dead Redemption. Which just like that tripped me out completely because I love him. So I was like, oh my god, bowler! All right, there, bowler. That's
great. That's a great American accent.
That was pretty good. Yeah. I know. It was better than your British accent. I'll say that. But you can get these celebrities to do shout outs for you. So use your creative marketing little needle to find some ways you can use this, because literally some of them are like $10. And the thing is, it doesn't matter if like everyone in the world hasn't heard of people, as long as people in your niche know them. And like our kids were looking for it, and our daughter goes, oh, I know Cameo. Yeah, there's a lot of my favorite YouTubers and voice artists on there. So there's famous people in niches that the mainstream people like us,
or maybe not even like super famous people, but people that have a decent size audience, like a YouTube influencer. They might be more willing to pay. You can pay them to promote a commercial product.
Yeah. So let's go back to talking a little bit about Vidcon, because we didn't really talk about it much. But there were a few takeaways that I had from Vidcon, other than I want to go back and do more of the classes, because honestly, looking through the program, there are just all kinds of things on everything from like how YouTube algorithms work, to I don't know, they had Pinterest there, they had a whole bunch of different social media companies there, they had Twitter there, which is kind of funny because it's like YouTube running it, but they had all these other
does YouTube run it? I actually don't know if YouTube
presented by YouTube.
Oh, it is. Okay,
so it's official, it's YouTube. Now, okay, the thing I thought was really interesting, wait, I think I have a picture actually. Let me bring this picture in to my thing there. Okay, so I'm going to share this because I thought this was really interesting. So I was walking around and they had this like active board that was showing different different statistics on what people were talking about related to Vidcon. So they were showing the most popular influencers. They had a world map of where people in the world were talking about Vidcon, what people were saying about Vidcon. This blew my mind. They said one of the most talked creators was TikTok, and people were talking more about TikTok than YouTube at a YouTube convention.
Pretty funny.
So I've got really into TikTok lately. Over the last week or two, I've been like watching TikTok, and I think the potential there is huge.
So for those of us that don't know what this is.
What you mean? You mean for anyone over 25?
Yeah. What is TikTok? Because I think I played with it once, but it went out my mind.
No, I'm a little bit obsessed with TikTok now. So TikTok is pretty much aimed at, I think, 15 to 24-year-olds.
Okay.
So it's kind of a younger demographic. It evolved out of Musical.ly, which I believe is a Chinese social media. I believe it started in China. And it started off as a lip syncing karaoke.
Oh, that's
tool.
TikTok. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
But now it's kind of evolved to a point where people are using the lip syncing tools, the music, the special effects to create comedy videos, educational videos, how-tos, like all kinds of, and there's a real feel to it. Like you kind of have to watch it to get the feel of it.
Yeah.
Because if you just go on and try and do it like you're doing YouTube, like, hello, everyone, it's not going to work. It has like its own vibe.
Is there a limit on the length of videos?
Yes. So videos have to be 15 seconds or under.
So you got 15 seconds to do your magic.
But I think that's what makes it kind of awesome, because it's like I'm really ADD about things. I have a hard time getting through like YouTube videos, and I tend to watch them on like double speed. So this is like, I don't know. It's like 15-second videos, but you have to just catch people's attention fast.
Yeah.
Basically not be us at the beginning of the tangent show.
Oh, hey guys. How's it
it's going to be like, whoa, I'm here. Here we go.
Let's wait a few minutes for people to show up now.
Yeah. But I think for things like promoting T-shirts and just anything that appeals to a younger demographic, or like journals, I could totally see writing in a journal as a TikTok. Like it just maybe you have to edit it really tightly, but you could show someone writing in a journal. But try and keep it funny, snappy, put a lot of emotion into it, make it a big thing, because you want people to share it. But it's really, really good for viral videos.
Now, she was sending me quite a few videos and like really funny stuff. And it reminds me of Vine. It feels like a Vine 2.0.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I think Vine was limited to like
9 seconds, I thought. Yeah.
So this gives you slightly more to play with than Vine. But I think what's interesting, it's one of those things where like creativity comes from constraints. Like if you have like a big blank canvas, it can be hard to know what to draw. But if you have like 2 crayons and a small piece of paper, most people will find something to draw in that little space. And I think like with video content, it can be kind of the same thing, having some constraints like, okay, use these tools, use these effects, can actually make it a little bit easier to create. Kind of like Instagram, it kind of has its limits. So yeah, I think TikTok is definitely something to watch. We're going to be talking about that at ASD as well. Oh, and loosely related to TikTok, you showed me this week, which I think is really, really neat.
Yes, I love this site.
So there's a website called Astronaut IO, and I'm actually showing more of a discussion about Astronaut IO.
Is it on there? Let me see.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're good. So what Astronaut IO is, do you want to explain it?
Yeah, so it scans YouTube for videos that have never been watched before or have very low view counts.
Whoa. And so you get to see something that no one else has seen before.
Yes, and it looks like it's pulling tags or names from devices that upload automatically to YouTube.
So all it is, and I don't think it's going to work on my computer right now just because we're broadcasting on YouTube.
It might, yeah.
But what you do is you just go to astronaut.io and you click that go button. And when you click that, it just starts showing you videos. And it shows you short clips from videos. So it's just a few seconds at a time. And it's kind of reminds me of Periscope, but not live.
Yes.
So if those of you who remember or who still use Periscope kind of moves around the world, and you can click around the world to see what people are doing. And it's almost like spying on people because they tend to record whatever they're doing wherever they are in the world. And Astronaut kind of has the same feel to it, except it's pulling random videos from YouTube. And what it does is it just shows you a few seconds of a video, and you can click on it if you want to go and actually view it on YouTube. You can click the YouTube button and go view the actual video. And I really like this as a creativity tool, as an idea generation tool, because I found like I was watching it and suddenly there were like sports from around the world, or there were people doing like dance routines that I'd never seen before.
Yes.
Or someone would be doing a lecture on something. And because you only see a few seconds of it, it's like, whoa, what's that? What's that? And I found like I kept wanting to click on things to learn more about whatever weird thing I was watching.
Yes, and weird is a good word. I mean, you're looking at videos from all over the world. And so the idea is you're kind of like an astronaut visiting planet Earth, and you're just kind of peeking inside what are Earthlings doing. And it's a really fun concept, and I love it. I think it's an awesome site.
Oh, I think we jumped from TikTok to Astronaut. Oh yeah, we were talking about VidCon, but we kind of jumped from there.
Well, because TikTok, Astronaut, they kind of related.
TikTok, Astronaut.
Now back to VidCon.
Back to VidCon. So, well, you know, there wasn't much else I wanted to say. A couple of things I wanted to talk about were, I think animation and writing are becoming increasingly big on YouTube. And what I noticed, we sat in a panel. So our son really wanted to see The Odd Ones Out. And The Odd Ones Out is actually one guy who draws these really cool cartoons. And they're actually, I should have found a picture of them. Let me do that quickly because I think I can find them. But they're very kind of, in a way, they're kind of simplified pictures. There we go. I can share that. And he started off sort of just drawing them almost as still images. And now they look like something off like, I don't know, Nickelodeon. Like this could easily be like a cartoon on Nickelodeon or something like that. And I thought what was really amazing was like this guy has 15 million subscribers on YouTube, which is just a crazy amount. and it's kind of funny because we saw these corporations there, like they had Nickelodeon, they had a lot of the big news and networks, and honestly, all the independent creators were getting way more attention than the big corporations.
Yes, it felt like the big corporations were trying to write off these independent YouTubers, these self-made YouTubers, and these big corporations. It really felt like they're trying to play catch up with the audience.
So yeah, oh, there's Catherine. Hey, Catherine, big shout out to you. Yay, Catherine Lowe's in the house. So yeah, no, we're talking about the Odd Ones Out, and we went to see this guy talk, and he filled the whole place up, which was kind of mind blowing. But what it showed me, I mean, what I took away from it, they were talking a lot about writing for YouTube.
Yes,
and I never really. Like what we do is obviously not very well scripted, but what I've noticed is a lot of creators now are doing things, they're doing very scripted shows. So a lot of them have voiceovers, they have animation going on. And I think adding pictures and animations to YouTube is kind of one of the next steps.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of websites that will actually do animations for you, like simple animations. So I would keep an eye on that. I would think about that. And I know we have a lot of writers in our KDP group, for example. So think about putting your writing skills to the test on videos. Like, can you use them to script videos or to make interesting videos about things?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've forgotten what I was going to say. I was talking about writing, making scripts for videos. I had something else to say, but it's gone. It's been a long week. So let's move on because, oh my gosh, I wanted to try and keep it to 4. I wanted to try and keep it.
Yeah. So like, for example, if you make comic books or you write short stories, think about, instead of just thinking of publishing it on like KDP, you can turn it into a short video, animated video. But I mean animated, it just could be a collection of images that move with the narration.
Right, so you could just show one picture, then another, then another.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be full-blown 24 frames a second animation, just enough to tell the story.
Oh, I know what the other thing I wanted to say was, think about intellectual property as well.
Yes.
Because I notice a lot of people like get worried about things like copycats and like, oh, if I publish a book or I do something that's really unusual, people are going to copy it. Think about characters. Think about names that can be trademarked. Think about just, oh, Catherine suggests Animoto. Yeah, that's a great website. There's quite a lot of animation websites out there now that make it really easy to generate little animations. But yeah, think about intellectual property. Think about creating things that you can trademark, that are copyright to you. Like if you create a character, that belongs to you. People can't really copy a character you create.
Yes, and to put things back into perspective, while Sid was watching the Odd Ones Out, the live showing, he was holding the Odd Ones Out book in his hand.
Oh, and the plushie.
And the plushie. So he had a book and a plushie. And oh yeah, you could talk about the hoodie.
Oh yeah, so we were kind of laughing because they had so much merch for this show that they were selling there. And they were selling, I think the most expensive item was hoodies at $80. The plushie was $25. The hoodie was $80. It was a cool looking hoodie.
$80 for full sublimation hoodie, but 80 seemed a little high.
Yeah, well, that was what I thought. I was like, wow, $80 for a hoodie. But then we saw everyone was wearing them.
Yeah, so many people were wearing those hoodies. So I was, wow.
So if you have intellectual property, like characters, like anything like that, that's like, if you create a world, if you create a look, like there's so many ways you can do this. But characters especially, you create characters, then you could absolutely like make your own merch and sell your own merch. Like it's another way to monetize. Eric says, what should a trademark cost? You can go and trademark directly through USPTO, but it really depends who you go through. If you go through something like LegalZoom, I think
they'll charge you a nice fee.
Right. Yeah. I think you usually look at, I can't remember how much it is to register one trademark off the top of my head, but you're usually looking for around $100 to $200, I think.
Is that the cost of a trademark now?
I think so, but it depends because there's different options you have when you register your trademark, and it depends how many categories you want to register it for, and so on, so forth. So your best bet, start at USPTO, go and get the information there. You might also want to take a look at websites like LegalZoom. I've forgotten what the other ones are. There's like a bunch of legal websites that kind of make it easier to do processes like that. And there's like pros and cons of going through something like that. It kind of, if it's the first time you've done it, it helps you not make mistakes. But it's also a bit more expensive than just doing it for yourself. So, oh, yay, Catherine's got some ideas and possibilities. Look out. She's, she'll put them into action, like, boom.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, whoa, that was like an earthquake, but it was actually just me leaning on the table.
Moving, yeah.
Okay, so, oh, wait, I had, three other things to talk about. Oh my gosh, we're going to move fast.
Yep.
Okay, so let me go back to, oh gosh, I got too many windows open again. Oh, hey, I want to talk about this one.
Okay.
It's a subject that's close to my heart, or close to something.
Sure.
That was a bit risque for the tangent show. Sorry, guys. So CES are allowing sex toys next year. How fun! Whoa!
Wow!
You're like speechless.
Sex toys. I could kind of see this. I mean, I'm curious what direction they're going.
Well, okay, there's a story behind this. Basically, someone won a crazy prize from the CTA last year. They created some kind of vibrator or something, and it won the Innovation Award. But CTA, the Consumer Technology Association, revoked the award. They said, no, it's obscene and terrible. And
since when has the tech industry been proved?
Yes, the tech industry were like, we're not into this. This is very unpleasant and horrible. And then they changed their mind and gave the company back the prize. So now they've decided, and here's the thing, apparently they've been kind of shoehorning, and I love the phrase sex tech as well. I think this is kind of a cool niche to keep in mind, and a cool keyword to keep in mind. So I think what was interesting, they used to shoehorn sex tech into other categories, like they called it like digital wellness or whatever.
Yeah.
And now they're actually going to have their own category for it.
Well, this is like when ASD starts promoting like cannabis, like the taboo in the marketplace. Right. And so like for the tech, I guess it's this.
Well, it's one of those things where I think it's like things are taboo, and then as soon as that taboo's lifted, like the industry explodes.
It's billions of dollars explosion.
I wonder, it's kind of funny. It's like on the surface, people are like, oh, I don't like sex, I don't like marijuana. But then like as soon as the
doors are closed and no one's looking, they're going online.
Right.
Ordering.
So I don't know. I mean, I make a lot of the books that I've been doing, I've been more focused on sort of like adult niches and things like that. So I think there's a lot of money in it. And it's fun. Oh my gosh. I like, you know me, guys. If you took my introduction to sexual wellness class, we did, or selling in sexual wellness. That was a course we did a couple of years ago.
Is this part where we jump shark and you become like Dr. Ruth or something?
I would love to do that. Honestly, I thought about that. I would love to be like I've thought that. I'd love to be a relationship guru. I think that would be so much fun. But it doesn't quite gel at the moment. Okay, what's the next thing? Oh, yeah, I got two more things. Okay. One was really quick. I just thought this was really neat. Their Apple and Android are introducing new emojis, and their disability emojis, which I thought was really cool. They have a service dog, someone signing. I don't know why there's a waffle and a sloth, but there we go. And here's a list actually of all the new emojis that they're going to have. Catherine says she used to sell toys for passion parties and it was a blast. So when we were at last year's ASD, we were staying in Caesar's Palace.
Yes.
And there were all these women with pink bags. what was it called? True Romance?
It's True Romance.
Or New Romance? Something Romance.
Was it True Romance?
Pure Romance?
Pure, oh gosh.
It was some crazy MLM.
It was, yeah.
And all these women were going around with pink bags. It was like I felt like it was like a Doctor Who episode. And there was going to be a signal.
They were all brainwashed.
Right. And my feeling was like at midday, they're all suddenly going to go, and they're gonna like reach in their bag and pull out like a big pink,
and the
like
funny
whatever.
Thing, the funny thing for me, some of these women, some of them, like maybe like 1/5 of them, brought their husbands along, and their husband didn't look very happy.
They were all just sat there.
They're
like,
just kind of this awkward. Maybe they're looking down. They kind of had a grumpy look on their face, and the women are just walking with their head high like a boss. You know, yeah, this is me at my conference doing my thing.
They got a big pink bag.
Right, and the husband's just like, yes, dear, I will come with you. Yes, yes, yes.
So I got an idea. I say, there's something I've been wanting to do, so you can come along with me. All right.
Yes,
so,
dear.
Let's move along. Oh, Catherine says, yes, that company bought passion parties, and they have stuff for men too. So,
oh, okay.
Maybe we should check this out. You never know. All right. So moving swiftly on to the last, I think I have one other thing to talk about. Oh yeah. So this is really fun. I think this. She says they wouldn't be comfy later. So yeah, they're not just for women, people. Okay. So did that? I think I just lost my page there. Hold on. How do I bring that back? Oh, there we go. There we go.
There you go.
It would help if I like knew how to use Chrome.
Right.
So this is kind of fun. This is called Coolers, and I don't know how you pronounce it, but it generates like color palettes for you. And what I love about this is you can pick particular colors. So I'm going to hold that one, and then I'm going to hit spacebar, and it will find more colors that complement it.
That's really cool.
And I was playing with this because I was reading today. Well, it's kind of funny. In one of the Canva groups I'm in, they were talking about the orange and teal effect.
Yep.
And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but a lot of it's one of the sort of trendy filters at the moment. Is it brings out the cyan or teal colors, and it brings out the orange colors, so everything looks kind of orange and teal.
You get this big, huge contrast of warm and cool colors.
Right. You can put your graphic design hat on and be like, oh, tertiary colors, you take the opposite, the complementary. Like, this is the stuff you talk at me about quite often, especially when we're arguing over, like when we've got a new idea for like a product, and I'm like, no, I don't like the colors, can we do something else? And he's like, no, I've scientifically analyzed these colors, and like raspberry and like ochre go together, and they're perfect match. So like, I love you. Back
to the subject.
So anyway, I thought this was really neat. If you're stuck for like a color combination or a palette for your books or for your products or for, I don't know, all kinds of things, you can go here and sort of come up with some ideas. And I love this lock unlock. Like, it's really cool. Doesn't it feel like you're playing video poker?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I like that one. Hold. All right, spin again. Let's see.
Yeah, and for a lot of companies, having a consistent color palette really helps with the branding.
Right.
So yeah.
So I was going to post a contest about this in our KDP group. I thought that would be fun to do that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I just announced we had a crazy contest this, like the last 2 days. So I asked yesterday, what would you do if your books made you enough money so you can live comfortably? And we had like 300, it was almost 400 people commented. But actually it was really cool to see how many people said they would just keep making books because they love making books.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I thought that was really awesome. So I'm going to do a contest in our KDP group that uses cool laws.
Ooh.
I don't even know how you say it. It sounds kind of, it's one of those things that looks really good on paper or on the screen. But when you actually try and talk about it and you're like coolers, like,
it's kind of, yeah.
Okay, so I think that was everything. We talked about Cameo. We talked about Astronaut. Tik Tok. Sex tech, always fun. Disability emojis. And coolers. Coolers. All right, guys, we are going to rush out because we're going to go and
go do a show.
Jump around on stage.
Drive up a few cities away.
Doing something crazy. So that'll be fun. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I hope some of you are coming to ASD next week. I don't know if we'll be doing a tangent show next Friday. We'll see how busy we are in the run-up to ASD. If you are coming to ASD, check out asd.catherine.com. We have our schedule up there. It's live. Catherine, I owe you an email. I have not forgotten you. Yeah, that's it. Cool. All right. So, guys, have an awesome weekend. We love you. Thanks for watching. And buy Tangent templates, especially because it's got an awesome new feature. Thank you, Isaac. Yes. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.